Alright, Shalom. Here we are, out on the street, Modesto, California. Alright, Hebrew Israelites, giving all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Harakah Kodash.
Double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Alright, that's out here pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. Alright. And, you know, at this point in time, man, we just, hey, man, Esau's on the back foot. Get Isaiah 47.
God.
Isaiah 47:1. Esau, he's on the ropes, man. Alright, you got all the files coming out. Alright. And you got all kinds of people, you know, that are going through the files and finding all these different code words for, you know, human meat that they're eating these kids, man.
Jerky?
They ain't just, man, they ain't just you know, it said that they're actually breeding, that they'll impregnate these girls and they'll actually breed children to eat them.
Man, I got a quick reset. Let's see. See if I can do it like this. Lock in.
There ain't no getting out of this one, man. Esau's cooked, man. And all these nations, alright, including the nation of Israel too. That's why you got P. Diddy. You know. Alright, they've you know, drunk of that cup. Alright. A cup that was, it talks about the cup being filled with abominations. Alright. The great harlot, man, America, the joy of the Chaldees, alright, which are the elites, the magicians, alright, the ones that are doing these different seances so that they could bring about their new world order, so they could bring about this left-hand technology, alright, the RFID, you know what I mean, C-HIP.
Yep, the CHIP.
The CHIP.
I got it. It says Ezekiel 35 and verse. I'm gonna just start at the top and then I'm gonna jump because this is in the same you know. Ezekiel 35 and 1. Moreover, the word of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it.
Right. That Mount Seir represents the Edomite nation. Alright, Esau as a whole, man. Alright, their government. Alright, which Esau's real government are the elites, the bankers. Alright, they're controlling everything. And these other nations have gotten in bed with the great whore, which is America. Alright, which they use America to push all these wicked agendas out. Alright, go ahead.
Yeah, Con, if I may add, you know, because it says set thy face against Mount Seir. In Mount, you know, is where you get the word government.
Yeah.
A mountain is, of course, it's a government. You know? So this is verse 3. And say unto it, Thus saith the Lord, power, Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate.
And that's what's happening right now. The Lord's stretching out his hand against these devils, man. They're all scared to death. Alright, they're all bugging out over these files, man. Alright, you even got Joe Rogan bugging out, man. Joe Rogan got found in them damn files, man.
Yep.
All these motherfuckers are involved, man. And when you look into the files, it talks about hundreds of thousands of pedophile cults that are in every facet of this system, trickling all the way down to your local doctor, your local sheriff, and the police station, all right, lawyers, judges, all right,
Yep.
these different, you know, prestigious roles within this society, you know, that you got to go to college and get indoctrinated in them college. You know, they join these fraternities and shit. And what do they do in the fraternity? All right, they put you through a bunch of
Trials of wickedness.
Yeah, a bunch of trials and shit. They'll get you drunk and fucking have you do some gay shit and take pictures of you.
They call them pledges.
Yeah, they have you pledge
Your allegiance.
Pledge your allegiance by and how do you? That's your gateway. That's your indoctrination into Esau's magic, Esau's left hand magic. All right, which in order for you to take part in that stuff, all right, you got to do abominations, abominable shit, man. You got to eat nasty shit. You got to do homosexual shit. You know, do vile ass things, man. And then they'll record you and take pictures of you and document it so that they have evidence against you, man.
Right. And also, it might not always start out as you just jumping right into doing some weird or wicked or abominable things. It can start off with just vanity. Like if you remember that movie, How High?
Yeah.
Which took place at Harvard, supposedly Harvard, which is like another big university. You got Yale, you got Harvard, and I believe Yale is the house of Skull and Bones. I forget what Harvard was, or vice versa. Maybe it's Harvard that's Skull and Bones. But in that movie, How High, you had those two Jakes, Red Man and Method Man, that got accepted into Harvard. And you had that fucking Edomite and the Moabite. Now the Edomite was he was trying to join, and they had him with those fucking stinky eggs.
They had them drinking toilet water.
Right. You know? So it might not always you jump right into just some straight fucking, you know, over the top. But eventually you gotta make what they would call greater commitments. You know, so that they have dirt on you, like the brother said. You know? Like for example, the Skull and Bones, you watch that movie with Paul Walker. It was called I think it was called Skulls or the Bones, with Paul Walker from Fast and the Furious. And I believe he was in Yale, and he was trying to join the Skull and Bones. Him and his best friend growing up from childhood. Now the oath was, since his friend brought him in, you know, his friend would have to kill him if he broke broke the oath of speaking out or revealing, you know, secrets. But just to say that you know, these universities and whatnot, you know, the pledges and things you gotta, you know, commit yourself to, and to grow, get all these what do you call them?
Accolades.
Well, I was gonna say to get all these resources, these connections. You gotta, you know, be down with them and do wickedness, man.
They gotta know you're down before they can take you to the, you know, the higher levels.
Good.
That's the same way they do it in Hollywood. That's the same, you know. That's how they do all that stuff, man.
Yeah. Back in Ezekiel 35:4, it says, "I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai."
Right. When you go to what's that other scripture? Habakkuk, the second chapter, it tells you that the prophecies are going to speak and not lie. Like at this point, we're winning, man. We're all the way. There ain't nothing left for people to do but to acknowledge, you know, the truth, man. That's it. That's what he talks about. You know, who can but prophesy. That's why you got comedians that are turning into political activists now, man. I just seen that dude from what was that show? The movie Half Baked. Remember the white dude from Half Baked that looked all retarded? Like,
Yeah.
Now that dude got his own little YouTube channel where he's talking about the Epstein files and all this different stuff, man. So it's like there ain't nothing left for anybody to do anymore, man.
Well, you remember that boy from what was it, the vampire one from the 80s?
Yeah. Well, he was speaking out years ago.
He was speaking out years ago.
And everybody fucking scorned him.
Yeah. Well, it's because, like we mentioned earlier, they're all in these major predators' pockets. You know, he got the police and the FBI and the CIA. They all work together to push those films, man.
Yep.
You know, the FBI and the CIA got countless drives full of corn, of child pee, man. You know, they probably watch it and trade it amongst themselves. They do. It's well known that Bill Gates, got drives full. He got terabytes.
Man, that boy, Bill Gates, he's a supplier, man.
Yep.
That guy's a supplier. That dude's he's a massive drug dealer, man. Bill Gates, oh, and then there was
Bill Gates. He's a mass supplier of child corn.
Hey,
you know, hey, they found out that this motherfucking devil had so much child films, and then they have documents that this guy had drives full of it. And then out of nowhere, it disappeared. Whatever happened?
Well, they said it was his tech. It was his tech guy. They just dropped it all. They had a scapegoat ready. It was this guy. It wasn't. I had no idea what was going on.
And then what do they do with that guy? They sent him off. They sent him off to an island where he could live comfortably for the rest of his life. Probably give him a few children. You know, because they ain't facing no time, man. You know, when they actually lock these fucking people up, like they talk about Epstein got smoked, got put down. But people are showing fucking footage of them finding some dude that looks like Epstein somewhere else. You know, he's probably on the island, chilling. You know, waiting for the next party. You know, these devils don't do fucking time. The scripture says they are not in trouble like other men. Okay, they get away with the shit. So-called get away because the Lord gonna judge them.
They help each other out, man.
Yeah.
Because if you're not, you know, Esau, if he's not the son of a senator or the son of a judge or a doctor, he is one. He's a doctor or a lawyer, or his cousin is one. You know what I'm saying? Like that, it's all one big family business.
Well, what did that elite, that fucking Rothschild say? I believe it was a Rothschild or a Rockefeller, which are the same thing anyway. He said, give me a country's money, their gold, and I careth not who maketh the laws.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck about the judge. This guy got all the money that keeps that judge having a job. So whenever they get brought up in a case or something, they can just flip this nigga a coin. You know, give him a shilling.
Yeah.
And then they forget about it. They sweep it under the rug.
And Bill Gates, he recently was talking at a press conference, and he leaked some information. He said he was talking about the challenges of 2020, the challenges that COVID brought, and he said, and this was recent, and he said, and the next challenge to come in the future.
Hey, that nigga Bill Hates, he said the first one didn't really do much. He said, but the next one coming, that's gonna get these people.
Oh, it was in the Epstein files where they were talking about the COVID simulation. You know, so everything that we've been saying, hey man, you can't call us crazy no more. All the receipts are coming out, man. That's why we ain't got nothing to do now except for just keep pushing this word with confidence, knowing that you people really ain't got shit to say anymore.
Yeah.
You're cooked.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah. You know, our sufferings, as the scriptures say, are going to pay off, man. Because, see, we're suffering because we're looking for a new heaven and a new earth. You know, we know that which the word endure means to suffer. You know, to be patient, to endure, that means to suffer, man.
Well, it says it surely will come.
Yep, it's going to happen. It's just we're waiting for it. We're patient doing what we're supposed to and waiting for it.
And it is happening. That's why you got Iran. They're about to go to war with Iran.
Ottoman Ratazah, they really get it in.
They get, hey, but even like just that tension, just how high that tension is right now. That should make you people, you assholes should be puckered up right now, man.
And that's what's crazy is they're not, because they're so duped into the witchcraft and the wizardry of this place.
Yeah.
They can't see what's going on around them.
That's why it says the Lord's gonna laugh when your fear coming, man. When this World War III pops off, man. When these plagues come, all right. When they release the real virus, dog.
Well, that's what Bill Gates was talking about.
And you're gonna have hazmat teams out here burning piles of bodies with flamethrowers. Hey, man. Hey, we're gonna laugh at that shit, man.
Yep.
It tells you that we're gonna laugh at.
Yeah, the scripture says we shall mock when your fear cometh. Okay, we're gonna mock.
We're gonna be relieved when you people start getting put to death, bro, in mass.
This is Ezekiel 35, verse 5. It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel.
Yeah, because Esau thought it was gonna be sweet, bro. Esau thought he was just gonna have a big old Israelite cookout and he was just gonna barbecue Jake, man. All right, but the Lord ain't gonna let it go down like that, man.
And has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end.
Right, meaning that, at a time when Jake was supposed to be restored. All right, it's who you are, you know what I mean? Esau covered it up. Nah, stole the heritage. He said the Israelites did. Hey, we're the Israelites now. Painted his image, all right, and took Jake and spoiled Jake, man, and destroyed Jake. All right, furthered the affliction unto this day, man.
Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
Right, because he got all these plans, all right, to mass murder you people, man. And really all of it is to kill Jake, man. All right. Oh, in the Epstein files, they casually talking back and forth how they gonna kill the poor, man. How they gonna get rid of the homeless.
God, and that's why I brought this out. Going back to the Epstein files on the jerky, on the cream cheese. Okay, Esau loves blood, man. All right, there's major talks about them being cannibals, about them being vampires, because they literally drink blood and other elements of the human body. Okay, that whole fear mongering on little children, pushing fear on little children to excite and extract the adrenochrome.
Right.
And what comes with that is also them drinking blood. You hear about the Queen Elizabeth, that she'll drink virgin blood, virgin Israelite, virgin Israelite daughters' blood, man, to help retain their youth. And we're looking at them, and we understand, we see, what they're doing in their whole medical life. These motherfuckers be living to be like 150.
Yeah, they getting 6 heart transplants in a lifetime.
That all goes back to of course, that medical field is witchcraft, it's sorcery. When you read the scriptures, you ain't supposed to fucking, make a cutting in your flesh and transplant somebody else's heart into you.
Shit, they probably freshly cut that heart out of somebody, man.
They probably just got their body there the whole time in a fucking test.
Yeah, just waiting
to be used. They're talking about how Esau be cloning people and growing like ears and growing legs and fingers off of somebody's cells of their body, man. which is cloning. You know? For what? So they could utilize them if they need to for these rich, man, for these Edomites, man. This is verse 6 again. Ezekiel 35:6. Therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sit thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
Yeah. I mean, you know, eventually, all right, the Lord is gonna kill these elites, man. You know, these rich Edomites that are running this society, man, they're gonna start getting put to death too, man.
Well, the scripture says that every hand of the wicked shall come upon them. Which that word for wicked, it just means laborers. Okay? See, because the rich elite bankers, they don't fucking labor.
Wow.
So that means the whole world is going to rise up against the fucking elite. And you're going to start to see that real soon because of these files are going to incite civil unrest when it comes to Esau's empire, his system. Out there in fucking Italy right now, you know, the Olympics, they're boycotting America and Israel. Okay? You see these people asking about the files, talking about, well, you're not supposed to reveal somebody that was assaulted, his name in those files, but then blot out who did it. Because they're blotting out the names of who's committing the crimes,
right?
But leaving the person that's getting harm's name there,
right?
Which they're supposed to be protected in court,
right?
You know, if somebody gets raped or something, their name is supposed to be removed from there for their own privacy, because that's a shameful thing.
Yeah.
You know, that's embarrassing. That's not something that somebody wants known publicly.
Right.
But then you're going out and blotting out the name of the person that did the fucking crime. That's what they're getting on Bondi's bitch ass about. You know, that female that works for the government.
Well, yeah, all these politicians, man. You know,
they were all there, man.
You don't see these. Hey, bro, it's gonna come to that time where, what does it say? They will not regard their kings nor princes, right? That's what's gonna happen. You're gonna have these people out in the street, and they're gonna be coming after these politicians. They're gonna be coming after, certain individuals. I'm not gonna name names and such.
Man, they gonna run up in the house,
and then they gonna
run up in the courthouses and shit.
And then they gonna say we incited it.
I don't know if you've seen it today, but Trump is pushing to come against free speech.
Yeah.
Because of the files, everybody talking about Israel. You know that fucking Epstein was a Mossad agent, which he's a kike. You know, he's an Amalekite.
Small hat.
Yeah, he's an Amalekite. You know, and he is a Mossad agent. They say in the files that he's a Mossad asset.
God.
Which Mossad is those Israelis.
Well, yeah, that's all.
But he himself he's a so-called Jew.
Well, that was his job, was to blackmail all these people, man.
See, who controls America isn't the American people. All right, Trump and the presidents before him do not run America. Okay, who runs America is a so-called Jew. You know, as they run the world. All right, they're talking about Modi, the fucking president or prime minister of India. That motherfucker was on the island. Elon was out there, you know.
Well, it tells you
eating pizza.
It tells you all
eating jerky.
It tells you all the nations drank of that cup, man.
And that's how you know that who runs the world is the so-called Jew. You know. This is verse 7. It says, "Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth.
Right, because America's going to be totally destroyed. All right, which America's on the west, and then the rest of the world's over here on the east. I had a dream, bro, and in the dream, I was like talking to some people. I was prophesying to some people, and then I was telling them, and then there was like a map in front of us. And then on one side of the map, you can see America and Canada and stuff. And on the other side of the map, you can see the rest of the world. And the rest of the world was colored red. And then it showed like in the movies, you know how it shows like radar footage of like arrows flying. It showed like every country, like this whole side of the map, expending arrows onto the other side. You know, and it was dreadful, bro. It was like, yo, that's vicious.
Yep. That's what it means by he's gonna make Mount Seir, you know, most desolate. Okay, because the Edomites, all right, they're gonna go to war against America, and America is ran by Edomites. Okay, but what I'm saying is that whole alliance between or consists of America and the beast, NATO and the EU, it's gonna fall apart, and they're gonna shoot arrows, missiles on America, man. And not just them, but Russia, China. It says all that bend the bow are gonna shoot at her. So all these countries that got ICBMs, they're gonna shoot those arrows, those missiles on America, man. And of course, America's going to shoot theirs back. Okay, but the main places to get destroyed, it's going to be America and the land of Israel. Okay, to burn up all those small hats that are in our land. Okay, this is verse 8. And I will fill his mountains with his slain men, in thy hills and in thy valleys, and in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. I will make thee perpetual desolations, and thy cities shall not return, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh.
Yeah. Hey, so this is the time of Esau's judgment, man. All right.
Yeah.
The heathen too. But primarily, you know, it's for Esau, man. Alright, the so-called white man. Alright? This guy is Satan. Not saying that, I did a video, I was talking about, Esau being Satan in the flesh.
Well, the scripture said that.
I know, and then that dude John Doe was on there, wrote a big ass 6 paragraph. I was like, bro, just
man,
John.
Yeah. I was gonna say, man, I'll hit the block on that nigga.
John.
Just tired of seeing this fucking fly buzzing around.
Yeah, John, just give it a rest. Hey.
Yeah, John, just go to sleep, man.
Put some videos of your own up, man.
Yeah, you got all this knowledge. Why don't you produce your own? Teach the world. You know, why don't you go out on the highways and byways, go out on the streets and preach what you know. Okay, if you know so damn much. But you see, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, all right, he's only dealing with the prophets, man, the elect. And that's what we're hoping to be. Okay? If you have the Spirit, hey, if you really believe in what you think you got the Spirit, go out and preach. You know?
That's the commandment.
Yeah. It's a commandment to go out on the highways and byways.
That's why we're doing it. The Lord said to go out and to teach. It said go out and teach all nations.
Yep.
Alright? That's in the scriptures. But you won't do that because you're you're a nobody, man.
You're an Edomite.
Revelation 11 in 18, it says, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come.
Yeah, the nations are angry, man. Not just the heathen, but other Edomites. They're pissed off at America, man. You know? That's why they're out there in like I mentioned earlier, the Winter Olympics out there in Italy. You know, when they opened up, with burning American and Israeli flags, man. See, because the world is tired of you fucking devils ruling. And you know what? Even your own are tired of you damn so-called Jews, man. You know?
Yeah, you got the Edomites gearing up, getting ready to go for that. Because, hey, man, these files, this prophecy, man, it tell you in the scriptures that everything done in the dark was going to come out to the light, man. Yahweh Shai, he said, fear them not. Because everything they do in the dark is going to get brought out to the light. And now, you know, Revelation, when it talks about the accuser of our brethren, it's like, man, what the fuck? What are you going to accuse anybody of, man? You're the devil. You Satan, bro. You eat babies, man.
Yep.
You're a fucking sick bastard.
That's why this AI, you know, the AI, you know, Chat GPT, fucking, what are all the other fucking names that they got? Grok. Gemini, yeah, that was the one I was thinking of. Grok, Gemini, Chat GPT. All these AI servers are going to be calibrated because the AI right now has no other option but to give you the truth or just say, whatever the fucking Chat GPT. That motherfucking robot will tell you, that makes a lot of sense, but look at this.
It'll try to reroute your what you're getting at.
Right, but real soon this devil's gonna calibrate it to where it's not gonna be able to tell you the truth. It's just gonna keep throwing you in a loophole, you know? Because too much is coming out. Too much is coming out to not only prove of what we're saying, but prove that he's the wicked man. Okay?
Yep.
Hey, the scriptures say, if not, where and who is he?
Yeah.
So if the so-called Jew and the so-called white race, the Edomites, are not the wicked, then who is? Who's going around different countries and then blowing their shit to smithereens? Okay? You can't say, hey, some fucking bug out try to come out and say, that, which we've heard this before, you know, the Mormons, they say that Cain had the dark skin.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
You got people out there saying that we're not the Israelites. Okay? That we're actually Esau. Like, you're a fucking bug out. Okay, if we were Esau, how come we're not flying around in jets, utilizing the sword and blowing shit apart? You know? You guys are bugged out, man. This guy's being fucking revealed. Okay, on all levels.
Right. Jake is in his neighborhood riding around on his lowrider bike. You know what I'm saying? Listening to music. And Esau's out here, you know, hopping around different countries, you know, molesting foreign children, man.
Yeah, right. And what does it say about Jacob? Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents.
Just kicking it in the backyard, having a carne asada.
Or you know, and it don't even necessarily mean that Jake at home. It just means Jake in the tents. Jake's with their civilization. You know? Esau is the man of the field. That nigga be out climbing mountains and
free climbing mountains.
He likes to live free.
No harness.
Young, wild, and free.
Or you can catch him skiing down Mount Everest with one ski. You know? Yeah. going 200 miles an hour down the fucking side of a mountain. Revelation 11.
Let me get this real quick.
Yeah.
This is 2 Thessalonians 2 and 5. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things. And now you know that withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time.
Yeah, he's being, hey man, you know, it started out, you know, with the elders, you know, and then throughout the years, and now it's just coming out for everybody to see. All right, and things are gonna just keep getting worse, man. All right, until you see, all right, because what? They're gonna have to take the heat off of themselves, man. That's why he's the accuser of our brethren. He's gonna have to blame somebody. He gonna have to redirect that energy somewhere else, man. So he needs disasters to happen. He needs war to happen. He needs, you know, the supply lines to stop. He needs famine.
He needs AI.
He needs AI, the inflation. You know, he needs chaos in order to bring back some sort of order. Because right now he's in question. You got all these nations over here looking. They're looking at these files. They're like, yo.
Well, that's why those people in India, they were protesting against Modi.
Right.
Because they're like, what the fuck is going on?
What are you doing over there with them, man?
Yeah.
Well, it said the kings of the earth had committed fornication with her.
And we know behind the scenes, these kings of these nations are back there playing fucking golf and bones with each other, man.
Well, yeah, because they're selling out their people.
Pretending they're at war, you know, but really be fucking chilling together, man.
Because the kings of these nations have been selling out their people for years, man.
Hey, because the scripture says they are confederate against us. They know what we're saying is the truth. Okay? And what they're doing is they're trying to hinder this. You know, it's prophecy. You can't butcher what's already written when it comes to this prophecies.
Yeah, it's gonna happen, man.
But, you know, they're taking their sweet ass time, although they're really not. The Lord is still moving them, you know, but they think they're, you know, buying some time. But it's working out according to prophecy. See, eventually they are going to get pissed off and start killing one another. You know, they're all playing dice and going golf together behind the scenes. But really, Moab is like, hey, if we take them down, we can rule next.
Yeah.
Russia's thinking, man, fuck the beast. We tried. But whoever comes up victor belongs to spoil.
Well, they're all seeing that this place is through. So, you know what I mean? They're ready to overthrow this shit. Well, like, hey, man, America had its time to rule. All right, it's over now.
Yeah, like it tells you in what is that?
Cannot pass is bound.
Yeah, but no, I was thinking of what is it? Zephaniah 3:8. Wait ye upon me till I gather the prey.
Yeah.
My determination is to gather the heathen.
Yep.
They're being gathered right now. That's why Iran said, you know, if we go to war, it's not going to just be Iran, it's going to be a regional war. You know? A regional war means that whole region is going to get involved. Which, you know what that means? It's going to be all those Islamic countries. They're going to jump on the so-called Jews' ass, man. You know, they're going to be giving belt to ass.
Yep.
You know? And it's not just them. Then you're going to have Turkey get involved. You know? Ethiopia, Libya, Egypt.
Yep.
China's already sending fighter jets to Iran. Russia too. S-500 missile defense systems. Okay? And they're like, look, if you guys go into Iran, we're just gonna run up in Taiwan. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And then guess who's gonna back Moab? Who's gonna back China, I should say, is North Korea, the other Moabites, man. You know? It's just gonna spark from there. If they go into Iran, which, you know, like I said earlier, Adawan Ratazah, they do. You know? Because Bibi Netanyahu came to America and he was talking to Trump, and Trump is like,
Trump is scared, man.
He's like, let's give him some time.
Trump is scared.
Hey, they might try to hold on, and Israel just get leaky. Israel just get froggy.
That's what's gonna happen.
According to the scriptures, it says they're gonna draw the world out.
Them small heads are gonna make the move. They're gonna make the first move. They're gonna get tired of waiting. All right, and then they're just gonna launch off some shit, man.
Which, when you look at the Israelis, you know, when you look at their military, they're very, very inferior when it comes to Iran. You know,
that's why they need America.
Yeah, that's why they need America and, you know, the beast. You know, that's why they need to keep that partnership with Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Which is that's going away.
Yeah, because they're gonna do some shit to start it, and then America's gonna be like, we have to help them, and then Europe is gonna be like, dude, hold on a second, man. You know, and it's gonna be it's gonna be a conflict of interest, man. All right, because America is already, you know, like high-siding the European nations, man. To the point where Europe would rather trade with Russia, man.
You see it.
Because you got fucking Trump putting tariffs on his own allies, man.
Yeah. Canada said, "Fuck America."
Canada was at the conference telling the European countries it's time for you to follow us and say fuck these motherfuckers, bro.
Yep. Yep. Which Canada is part of the beast, man.
You're saying we need to make new allegiances. All right, we need to make new avenues and systems for commerce and trade. All right, because America ain't good for business anymore.
No, the fucking debt is trillions of dollars in debt. You know, they say every year, or Slovakia, every month, they gotta ask for billions of dollars, you know, to help pay the interest of the debt. And real soon the countries are gonna be like, man, there's too much debt. You know, which is why they want to reset the financial system, man. Because if they reset it, it's like a clean slate.
Yeah, they wiped all that debt away.
You know, fucking a wicked jubilee for those devils, man. You know, hey, but Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, he's gonna turn these nations up. You know, starting with even Esau against Esau, man. You know.
Yeah. So Revelation 11:18 again. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, in the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. You know? So, yeah. America's gonna be destroyed, alright? And then, you know, World War III is gonna bring about a global destruction in which all these different societies are gonna be annihilated, man. The Lord's gonna come through with chariots and burn all these cities down and stuff, man. Alright? The elect are gonna be delivered from all these troubles. Alright? We're gonna be in the midst of these perils, but we're gonna have protection. Alright? Through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. Alright? If we be of that number, Lord willing. Alright? The elect, which is why we constantly come out here and we're constantly putting out these videos. Alright? Because the Lord still has the prophets out. The Lord still has the spirit on the men of the Lord to be out here preaching this word of salvation, man. We're telling you, alright, that this society, and you can see it, alright, you can clearly see it, man. The only way you can't see it is if you're blinded by Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, man, and your head is just buried so far in the dirt. Alright? But it's clear that this place is run by Satan, man. All right, these Edomites are they come after the working of Satan. All right, this is how they bring about all this technology, you know, this witchcraft that they use. All right, all this stuff is brought about by all these horrible, abominable acts that they do, man. All right, their rituals and their seances involve, all right, doing heinous things to children, man, eating babies and shit, man.
Well, yeah, that's where they got the cream cheese.
Yeah.
They say because these young newborn babies they would eat. They said, "Wow, it tastes just like cream cheese."
Shit, that's fucking disgusting.
Because a baby is still lactating.
That's fucking sick, bro.
So that's all the lactose and the combinedness of the meat.
Man.
You know, and it's warm because
And you still, hey man, arise ye and depart, man.
Hey man, yeah, let me get that bubble shut.
This place is fucking sick, man.
Yeah.
All right, these are the rulers.
That's why our elders and our apostles, when they came out with back in the day, saying in order for you to succeed, you got to succeed. You know, in order to succeed or to make it in this world, you got to condone and participate in wickedness, man.
Yeah, some level of criminal activity, man, according to the scriptures. Not just like, what the world dictates as criminal activity, but according to the Bible, you got to do, some more shit. You got to do some sort of abomination, man, according to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, in order to get juiced in, man.
Yeah. Why do you think there's a lot of these women, right? And she got a regular job. She probably work with you. You know what I'm saying? Or work around you, the same building we're not. But she'll pull up in a BMW. She'll pull up in a Mercedes Benz. And she work in the same place as you. But somehow she's financially blessed because she's doing witchcraft at home and going around seducing men to give her money.
Hey man, there's a fucking AI video who's like this dude, this Edomite, and then his wife, she's on the phone and she's like, I can't talk right now, I'm about to get another promotion. He goes, that's the third one this week. What the fuck is going on?
She about to get another promotion. She just got to succeed real quick.
She's gonna get promoted, yeah.
This is Micah chapter 2 verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction.
That's why they push, all right, this wicked ass spirit, this perverse spirit into the world of adultery and Moism, man. Those are the two main spirits that's out here, man. It is adultery and that Mo shit, man. But also, that spirit of witchcraft, murder,
breaking the 10 Commandments is what really you got to be doing.
That's why they push that gender fluid shit so hard, man. They push that whole gender identity. You can be whatever you want. That's Satanism, man. That's complete rebellion against the order Yahweh Shem Yahushua set up, man.
The scriptures call being a homo, being a lesbian. The scriptures call that an abomination.
Abomination, man.
Okay, that's a very, very unclean, wicked act. All right, that isn't like there's sins unto death, man, and that's definitely one of them.
That's one of them. Adultery too.
Yeah.
And the biggest committer of adultery is these women. They commit adultery, nonchalantly.
Oh, they commit adultery, or I should say idolatry. Adultery.
Idolatry is the
spiritual.
Yeah.
Well, it's the worship of other gods,
Yeah.
But adultery is you committing a sexual offense against your partner, your husband.
Yeah, and I say it's the women because once a woman has sex with a man, she's married to that man. There is no, oh, that's my ex. Oh, I'm breaking up with my boyfriend. No, that's what the world taught these women, that they can go get boyfriends. You know, they can go play the field.
Yeah.
When really they're committing sins unto death nonchalantly. Oh yeah, I just broke up with my boyfriend and got with this new dude. Well, you just committed adultery right there, and they do it from a youth.
And that's why, you know, if you don't have a woman, it's best not to deal, you know, not to dive into a relationship and put all your all into it, man, because this woman got demons on her from all the dudes she's dealt with, man.
All these women got demons on her.
You know, and I was gonna say, the woman, you know, she'll commit adultery against her husband just by being rebellious towards him, man. You know, just by being a straight demon to him. You know, because when you read the scriptures in Corinthians, it says that the head of the woman is the man, her husband. You know.
But yeah, I mean, that's why this place is not your rest. That's just polluted, man. Because the tabernacle of Yahweh Shem Yahushai is with men. All right, this thing is about men. All right, men are the ones that serve Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Women serve men. That's the order of things. That's how it's set up. You know, that's why, you know, in the scriptures, you know, you can save your woman or whatever, you know, through your obedience and such.
Yeah, the non-believing, you know, wife is saved through her husband, and vice versa.
You know, yeah.
The non-believing husband can be saved through his wife. Her just believing. Now it's gonna come.
She gonna get a husband.
Well, it's gonna come to a crossroad. You know, if they stuck with you, they're not, you know, doing wickedness to you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's going to come to a crossroad where they're going to see.
Yeah.
They're going to see and have to make a choice. Are they going to get the shit?
Right.
You know, is she just going to say, fuck you, I'm gonna just go, this guy's stronger than you or whatever?
That's how they roll, man.
Yeah.
That's how they roll.
Or is she going to say, well, let me just fall into your hands, because everything you've been saying is making sense now.
Yeah.
That might happen. It could. But, you know, don't worry about it because, you know, a bitch will be a bitch and she'll run and get the chip any fucking way.
Yeah, better things to worry about.
Yeah, like ourselves. You know? As the scriptures say, don't worry about how the ungodly shall be punished, but how the righteous shall be saved.
How the righteous shall be saved, man. That's it. All right, what do you got to do to work out your salvation with fear and trembling, man? That's the only thing to work. That's the only thing to worry about. We're doing that right now by doing what we do, man. All right, and we just being patient and enduring, man, and hoping, you know, Yahweh Shem Yahushai has mercy on us. That's all we can do.
Yeah, this is St. Matthew chapter 6, and I'm going to start at 31. Therefore, take no thought, saying, what shall we eat? Or what shall we drink? Or wherewithal shall we be clothed? For all these things do the Gentiles seek. For your heavenly Father knoweth that ye have need of all these things. But seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you.
And does that mean that you just go like, oh, all right, and then you know you quit your job and you just you know, nah, man, that's not what you still gotta. All right, work, and you gotta hold yourself up as a man and be able to take care of yourself. You gotta be able to provide for yourself. You got a family, you gotta be able to provide for them too.
Yep.
All right, but what it's talking about is when that time comes, when destruction comes and all that stuff, man, hey, don't worry about what am I, you know, you got that one guy that was like, well, how you gonna eat? How you gonna eat?
That was your hunter.
You know, so yeah, don't worry about none of that stuff. Just do your daily bit, do your day to day. All right, seek first the kingdom, meaning, hey, do everything that you can now to please Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, to store up those treasures in heaven. That way the Lord will remember you.
Yep.
You know, when that destruction comes, the Lord will remember you. Be like, oh, hey, you're one of my servants, man.
Yeah, like the Apostle Ramab just said in the live stream, I think he did with the elder Brother Kanak, maybe a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks. He said, that's why we need to be doing this work now, stacking up these spiritual riches, so when all hell breaks loose, we could go and withdraw from that spiritual bank account, man.
Yeah, because, hey, we're building up our treasure in earthen vessels. We're building up our treasure right now, all right, by doing what we're doing, because we're gathering faith. We're gathering understanding, knowledge, wisdom. The fear of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is our treasure. So when that time comes, all right, we already have all this wisdom and understanding. We already have this wisdom and knowledge, all right? And so when things happen, we know who to call upon. All right, when you feel fearful, you know who to pray to. You know what scriptures to remember. Oh, hey, you know. And hey, it says even of being faithful, even unto death. You got to remember that the elect don't die, man.
It says, therefore, Slakia, take therefore no thought for the morrow. For the morrow shall take thought for the things of itself.
Right, because everything is predestined. It's already planned out what's going to happen tomorrow. You don't make any decisions. You don't make any difference in what goes on tomorrow. That's already pre-recorded, man.
Yep. Yep. That's why the scripture also says it's not of him that willeth, but of him that letteth.
Right.
You know, like we say, we hope to be of the elect. You can't make yourself of the elect, you know. So it's not of him that willeth, because we're super willful to come out here and serve Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. But it's up to Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai if he's gonna let us do that. You know what I mean?
Right. That's why it says, worry. Hey, don't take today, man. Just worry about what today. Just do what you can today. Don't worry about what tomorrow's gonna bring.
Yeah, Khan, and the scriptures, you know, Yahweh Shai says to pray, man, to pray without ceasing. You know, to pray. That way, when Yahweh Shai returns, we'll be able to face him, man. You know.
Yep.
It says having done all. Oh man, I forget how it goes.
Don't understand.
Yeah, pretty much, you know, you gotta be diligent, you know, in serving the Lord.
That way you have that confidence. That's why it says in the scriptures, and the fear of the Lord is a strong confidence, man. And you build that confidence with your works. That's how you're gonna build your faith. And you have works by your faith. So the Lord gives you faith to be able to have works. You do your works to build your faith. That's why they go hand in hand.
Hey, yeah, because faith without works is dead, man, being alone.
Yeah, because it's then, okay, you believe, well, where's the proof?
Right, because you got a lot of napkin niggas. You know?
Yeah. Hey, man, we know because we've seen them.
Yeah.
We've seen them. They came up to us at the camp and said, yeah, I've been watching for 5 years. I've been watching for all these years. And he got a whole Mongolian haircut, still rocking